It's Mountain Monday, and you know what to do. Breathe in. And out. And breathe in. And out. Okay, and you hear that music, right? You hear that music coming in. This is because this is a little bit of a different Mountain Monday. The Zen for today is embracing happiness in gaming. And so I have Ratchet and Clank. Because Clank is one of my sources of happiness in gaming. Because he's a cute little guy that can pack a punch. But he's very cultured.
I know you
And
will find the defect, Victor. You never disappoint.
Stop talking. I decided to do this today partially because I was going to talk about this topic anyway, but also because I love Ratchet and Clank, and this game comes off embargo today. And it is glorious, beautiful, pretty, fun, fast-paced, all ages action gaming joy. And I am happy.
He would have to throw a bomb at whatever lay in his path.
And what I've noticed about discussions of gaming is it tends to focus on criticism and what we don't like too much, and it doesn't celebrate the things we love and the things that just make us happy.
Knew that with this handy device in his
And
arsenal, he could now
whee!
defeat the deadliest of forces.
Check that out. I'm just going to do this because it's
Hopeless
cool.
defect had to throw a
That wasn't
spring bomb. But where?
Yep.
And how?
Jump. Jump! Come on, Clank. Do I have to pick you up? Yes. All right. There. Figured it out. And yeah, I've noticed, and it's been the last few weeks that I've really realized, especially last week, that at least the people I talk to, they're so focused on feeling besieged and feeling like, you know, they don't have a friend in the world and that they're a stigmatized group, that we don't focus on fun and victories and when things go right. And yes, gamers are a stigmatized group. I stand by that. But I also think we have to focus on when things are awesome and fun. And so I decided to do something fun while I talked about this. Because Ratchet and Clank, if you don't find Ratchet and Clank fun, I don't know what your idea of fun is. It's just, you know, 50 different types of adorable, and it's funny, and it's self-referential, and it's self-effacing, and for instance, this is the game based on the movie based on the game. Oh no! No! X, yay. Okay. And it's basically the first game retold. And I don't mean remastered, I mean retold. And so it's narrated by Captain Quark. Oh no, what do I do? Oh woo! Go Clank, go! And it's the same basic story, it's the same basic levels, but presented just differently enough to be a new game for the people. Oh no. What do I do? Can I? Oh, thank you. And cutscene. So you can see the graphics here, but oh no, that was quick. Okay, so the cool thing is that, I mean,
but where should he throw it?
where should he throw it? Let's face it, every...
Thank you, Viv. I pride myself on my penchant for storytelling.
There's Captain Quark narrating. But,
Seems to be the problem, Victor.
stop talking!
You won't get away
But,
from me,
oh,
Chairman.
can power there. Hey, there we go! Neat. But what's cool about this is, I mean, let's face it, Ratchet and Clank is the same basic principle every game. Where are you supposed to go? Up there? And it, you know, it doesn't tend to change. It's a different story, you know, it's a different plot, a different excuse for platforming and hitting things with a wrench. But it's essentially the same concept every time. And so I think this is really clever because they're celebrating the fact that, oh snap, we got a movie made on our game. so we're gonna make a movie based on the game. No, we're gonna make a game based on the movie based on the game. That is the premise of this game, and it is awesome. And a lot of people would go, oh, it's just a ripoff, it's the same story. No, it's not. It's in an age where everything is being remastered to death, and it is the exact same game. This is, it's a rebuild? No! Okay. Oh, do I have to move you? Probably. But it's, first of all, it's a reintroduction for new fans, and, I'm sure they're hoping that with a movie coming out, they'll get new fans to come into this series, because it's an amazing series. But I think also it's been a while for all of us longtime Ratchet and Clank fans, and so I think this is a victory lap. This is a celebration of this franchise that
you can run from me?
I think everybody kind of counted out. Not again. Everybody kind of counted out because there were these, bigger, franchises. It sort of suffered from the PlayStation 3 being slow to start. No! I didn't know you could do that. The PlayStation 3 being slow to start off the mark last cycle. There were a couple of download-only games. They've sort of done everything to sort of keep the franchise on life support. And now, it's been a long time since we've gotten a full Ratchet and Clank game. So I am very happy. I'm also happy to see it kind of coming back to this classic run, jump, and shoot gameplay. This isn't about telling a story of diversity and, some sort of hard-hitting social issue. It's cute, it's funny, it's fun, it plays like a dream. One of the glorious things about this series is how fast-paced it is, and you're seeing some of this. This is right off the bat. We're only allowed to show footage from the first 2 hours of the game. So this is very early on. God, I sound like those PBS people, don't I? Trying to make you give money. I guess I am. I love Ratchet and Clank. But I don't think there's... and they're repeating a joke because it's Ratchet and Clank. And, yay! And you'll see a bit of the cutscene, which is more like movie-grade video. Haha, funnies! But I think this is cool, and I think I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm excited by this game. I don't care that it's the same story, essentially, but it's not. And I'm not going to tell you why, because I deliberately didn't show the opening cutscene, because it's funny. And Clank's talking. I love Clank's voice. I love Clank's voice.
Never make it, but hey, what are you gonna do?
And I'm deliberately just squeeing all over this game, because I love it, and it's adorable. Okay, good. You get to see some Ratchet now again. I just love this game, and I think we need to get back more to saying the games we love. And I'd love it if you guys could just comment and say what games you love. I don't care what they are. I don't care if you think they're lame. I don't care if you think they're, quote unquote, good games. I just want to know the games you love. Because, it really came home for me when last week Beamdog said yes. We realized that this line isn't in Minsk's character. We're changing it. We realized we messed up. We're gonna do better. We're gonna fix it. And so many people found the negative in that no, they're bowing to pressure. It's censorship. All this stuff. No, it's not. And the thing is, yay, they're together. They're together. Excited. Best on-screen duo in gaming. No, I'm sure there are others that are just as good. But I don't care. I'm happy and I like it. And here's the thing, guys.
System board appears to be intact.
Here's the thing. When a developer listens to their fans, and they don't listen to their haters, they listen to their fans.
I must warn them. Hang on, slow down. You've been in a crash.
We're just gonna let this run.
What do you say we get you back to my garage? I'll run a diagnostic and have you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I appreciate the assistance.
It's no problem. So, what do I call you?
I suppose my proper designation is Warbot Defect B54296.
Maybe I'll just call you Clank. My name's Ratchet. Up and down. Yeah, there you go. You're a natural.
Awesome.
Million
So
thoughts race to
good.
right.
So I skipped ahead some
Perhaps you could shoot
because
something to open the door.
I didn't want you guys just
Impressive shooting.
having me try to talk over a cutscene, because that is ooh.
Nice work.
There we go. That is messy from an audio perspective. But oh, good, some shooting, so I can just talk to you while shooting. But it made me sad. And you guys know Mountain Monday is all about turning frowns upside down.
I have information in my databanks that poses a threat to Chairman Drek. He must have
Ooh.
tracked my position to your planet so he could get it back.
And it made me kind of sad that, you know, Beamdog, I think,
Perhaps
did the
hook
right
shot
thing.
would solve this current conundrum.
Whoa.
Listen to me. I want you to lock the garage doors and then head down into the shelter. I'll be there as soon as I can.
That's a big ship. Beamdog did what I think was the right thing. Said they were going to make changes. I mean, they got to patch the game anyway because
Hurt, confused, and alone.
it's
Scoured the Kid
buggy.
Plateau for signs
It
of
is. I'll save that for my written review on my website. LianaCruiser.com. Check it out. It's new. But yeah, I mean, so they got to patch it anyway. So they're listening to the fans and fixing what they can since they got to fix stuff anyway. And I felt sad that people felt like, no, they're caving to pressure. And I don't want to see it that way. I want to see it as a dialogue that a developer is having with its fans. It's still trying to figure out who it is as a company, I think. I mean, they're still sort of assembling its team. And I don't want to say too much more about Siege of Dragonspear because there's going to be a review. But, whoa! L2 and left. What am I doing? Oh, okay. But I was glad that they listened, and I was glad that there was a dialogue. And people really took, like, a really, you know, negative message from it. And I'm like, man, nothing's gonna make you happy. No game is gonna be good enough to make you happy if you can't find the happy in things. And that's why I'm glad that games like Ratchet and Clank are still viable and it's not all blood and guts and big war epics and damn, I better be careful with my health. And big war epics, because I think there is a place, at least there should be a place, for stuff that's just happy. And personally, and this is just my philosophy, I don't have a citation or anything like that for it, I don't have a citation needed, but I think happiness to an extent is circumstance, but to an extent it's a choice. You know, you can choose to be happy, you can choose to be miserable. And if you choose to be miserable, nothing is going to make you happy. And if you choose to be happy, you'll have bad days, you'll have down moments, but you'll bounce back. Just like a respawn, like I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna get killed by this blarg dropship. And that's why it's called a blarg. But yeah, I really think that gaming dialogue has been so negative for so long, it's almost like we've forgotten how to exist on a happy paradigm. And I think that's very sad. I think that it's unnecessary. And I think that I would love it if we can get back to having fun, deal with the heavy stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying avoid talking about, difficult things, but I think we have to know sort of when to leave it at the door and when to celebrate as well. And that's something that doesn't seem to be done well, that we're so... I think it's because collectively gamers are so unused to being heard. They don't know what to do when a developer actually listens. They're so used to just being dumped on and you know, developers listening to the so-called important people and not sort of the rank and file gamers that make up the vast majority of, you know, consumers. Yay!
Ratchet.
And so gamers don't know what to do when we win. And it's gonna take practice, and it's gonna take work, much like this game. I died a few times. Whoopsie. No, come on. There we go. What is going on here? Whoa! What? Are you guys seeing this? Am I just facing the wrong direction? No. So whoopie dis. Ah, okay, that's how it works. Yeah, so that's sort of my zen.
We gotta look for some defect.
Is that sometimes you just gotta be happy. And I think Ratchet and Clank is a great example of a game that is just happy. I am super stoked to play the rest of this game. I am super stoked to see the movie. I think unlike a lot of video game movies, that Ratchet and Clank is actually going to make a great movie because the voice actors can just carry over from the game, and you don't have to cast any actors who aren't quite right and all that stuff. It's an animation, and it's gonna be awesome. It's already half animated action movie anyway. So I think it's just gonna be super great, and it's nice to be able to be excited about something again because this game doesn't try to win a BAFTA award. It doesn't try to win, we're gonna hard-hitting social commentary or anything like that. No, this is hard-hitting wrenches right here. That's what this game is about, hard-hitting wrenches. And that's what it should be. I'm talking over a bunch of jokes, but, it's just fun. It's just freaking fun. And the thing is, people keep saying that as a reviewer, man, I keep dying. As a reviewer, I should tell me if a game is fun. And what I've realized is, look, guys, if you aren't prepared to embrace the fun, no game is going to be fun. So if you're going to be grumpy bums and, not sort of open yourself up to potential disappointment, but also potential great experiences. If you're not willing to trust the process, well, nothing's gonna be fun. Everything's gonna be somewhat disappointing. And no game is going to overcome that bias towards negativity. And that doesn't mean don't say when you don't like something. God, everybody completely absurdist extreme statements like that when I make them. No, this is common sense. It's okay to say you don't like something. But if you were prepared not to like it, and then you work very hard to not like it, that's not the same as being super stoked and really wanting to like it and really wanting to give it a chance and being disappointed. Now, the thing is if you're prepared to hate it, and you hate it, well, then you're right. And so for geeks who pride ourselves on our intelligence, that's, okay, well, we think the game sucked and we're bummed out about that, but we can rest assured that we are still smart. It didn't get one over on us. No siree, Bob. But if we're excited for something and then it's no good, well, we feel like we got fooled. And that is harder for a lot of smart people to take, especially smart women. We're not, I talked about it in my video last week that women are more likely to see skills like intelligence as innate. Men are things, men are more likely to say skills are something I can learn. And so, it hits us harder when we're wrong about things because, that must mean we're stupid. No, we're not stupid. We were just wrong about this one thing, and everybody's wrong. I mean, one of the things you have to get comfortable with if you want to be a games critic, if you want to be a games analyst, is you're gonna be wrong about things. You especially previews. especially previews, because, you know, a game company can make a great demo and then the game itself doesn't live up to the hype. That's very true. But, you know, previews at least show they could make a good preview. There's at least a section, hopefully it'll make it into the game, that's decent, as opposed to something like, you know, Fallout 4 that didn't have anything playable in advance. And of course there were a lot of bugs in it. And I still think demos are useful, even if they can fool us. And I know there are some people that are just like, from both sides of the aisle, oh no! That don't like demos because, they're expensive and time consuming from a developer's point of view. They can sometimes be deceptive from a previewer's point of view. I still like having them because I like being able to tell people at least how the game handles in advance. Because games are not movies.
What kind of factory is this?
And
This? No, this is just garage.
so I
Since I was
would
a kid.
rather,
Come on,
how do I put
let's get you
this?
fixed up.
I would rather be stoked for a game and
Once
then
they were
admit I
safe,
was
Clank
wrong.
explained Drek's plan to attack the Hollow Heroes.
then
With the Galactic Rangers out of the equation,
predict
Ratchet knew
doom,
he had to help, even though neither
and
he
then
nor
go,
Clank had the upper
well,
body
find
strength
something wrong with
necessary
it
for hero
to be
work.
consistent.
I
But
can totally help.
Oh, I could not ask a civilian to get involved
Blake's
in
so
something
cute,
so
isn't he?
dangerous.
No,
I'm
not
just gonna
a
wait for this
civilian.
cutscene to
The
finish,
Rangers are actually my,
and then we'll do
friends.
our breathing.
Why do you think I have so many pictures of them?
But
But why are you not
watch
in
the
any of them?
cute.
Well,
Let the cute
someone had
watch
to take the
over
picture,
the
right? I
cute
mean,
and the
come on.
funny
I
because
even
it's
have a shirt.
okay to just be entertained. Har har, psyche,
This is how
good,
we
right?
infiltrate enemy strongholds. So what do you say?
I say be happy. Yes, happiness. And that is a good point to go back to our mountain. Back to our mountain. And so for the week, right, we're going to work on enjoying things, just enjoying the ride and being happy. And when developers correct things, we're not going to try to find something wrong with the developer going, you guys were right, we were wrong, our bad. We're not going to say that's censorship. We're going to say, yay. We talked to each other. You heard us. We weren't very nice to you, but that's okay. I mean, maybe there's some guilt there, right? Maybe there's some guilt that everybody was so nasty, and they know what it's, you know, people know what it's like to be bullied. And yes, there was an element of a gang up on Beamdog, and I wish people would have been more chill and less angry and less certain words, fewer of certain words I could have done without. But I'm focusing on the positive, and that's the whole point. You know, I'm setting an example here that the result was good, and I'm going to praise the snot out of Beamdog for doing it. I'm going to praise the snot out of Sony for this game and sticking by Ratchet and Clank even during sort of the lean years of action platformers. You know, in first person when all the Doom clones were big, and, you know, those shooters, the Call of Duty and all that stuff. I think they should be rewarded. But we have the mountain up, so breathe in. And out. And breathe in. And out.